everyone! So today I'm going to be talking just a little bit about streams to hopefully give you a little bit of a better understanding. So what is a stream and what is a drainage basin? So a stream is a body of flowing surface water of any size, ranging from a tiny little trickle to a huge mighty river. And a drainage basin is the area from which the water flows to form a stream, and all types of precipitation that fall into the drainage basin eventually flows into the stream. And down below is just an example of a drainage basin, and it shows the stream flowing into a larger body of water. And so here are the three main types of drainage patterns. First one is dendritic, which is the most common type of drainage patterns, where rock beneath the streams have no particular pattern and can easily be eroded equally in all directions. Secondly is the trellis, which it develops where sedimentary rocks have been folded or tilted and are then eroded to varying degrees depending on their strength. Lastly, we have rectangular, which develops in areas with little topography and a system of bedding planes, fractures, or faults that form a rectangular network. Down below are just the three examples of the different drainage patterns and what they look like. Next, we have stream erosion and deposition. So water flow velocity is decreased by friction along the stream bed, which that then makes the water flow the slowest at the bottom and the edges, and the fastest near the surface and in the middle of the stream. Also, velocity just below the surface is higher than that right at the surface because of the friction between the water and the air. And lastly, on a curved section of a stream, the flow is fastest on the outside and actually slowest on the inside. And right here, we just have an example of this is the bend in the stream and where it is slowest on the inside and fastest on the outside. And here's just another example. Here we have the types of stream load. So a stream load is the solid matter, mostly from erosion, that is then carried on by the stream. And the first type of load is the dissolved load. It is invisible dissolved matter that is transported in the form of chemical ions, and the type of load can result from mineral alteration from a chemical erosion or even groundwater seepage. Secondly, we have the suspended load, and it is composed of fine sediment particles that are suspended and transported through the stream. The suspended materials such as clay and silt are kept flowing so that they don't settle on the stream bed, and it is also the largest majority of the stream loads. And lastly, we have the bed load, and it slowly rolls along the floor of the stream and includes the largest and heaviest materials such as sand, gravel, and even boulders. And the bed load can also be transported through traction and saltation. Next, we have the different types of streams, and there are actually 8 different types. The first one is called the alluvial fans, and it forms when streams leave canyons and flows out to a flat lowland and accumulates a large load of sediment from the canyon's erosion. And an example of alluvial fan is right down here. You can see how it fans out. Secondly, we have braided streams, and these have multiple channels that continuously branch and join along the entire length of the stream, and their flow is concentrated on a narrow valley with no actual floodplain, and that can be seen right up here on the top. Move that over right here. Here we have deltas, which usually form in the shape of a triangle, hence where it gets its name from, and form as a result of streams entering a standing body of water such as the ocean, which can be seen right down here. And lastly for the 8 types, the fourth one is they only flow for a short amount of times, ephemeral streams. They usually flow after a snowmelt or a massive rainstorm, and they're very shallow with less of a flow and are actually dry most of the year. As you can see in this top photo, this is when it was dry. For the 5th type of stream, we have here in the 5th type of stream is the intermittent stream, and it usually flows during the wet season from winter to spring, and it tends to dry up during the summer months when it gets really hot. And here we have the meandering streams, which consist of large loops that flow across a wide flat floodplain and is surrounded by valley walls, and that can be seen right up here in this one with the big large loops. And the intermittent streams are actually right down here at the bottom, where you can see this one's dried up during the summer months, and down here it has water flowing through it during the spring and winter time. And then here we have perennial streams, which the water flows through them all year long and is a source of water. The source of water can be surface water, groundwater, or both. And they are permanent streams, and they rely on normal amounts of rainfall for their existence. And that can be seen right here flowing down. And lastly, we have straight channel streams. And these are often found in canyons that aren't very deep, but they have very steep walls. And these canyons have valley walls that go inward steeply right towards the edge of the water. That means that there's no actual floodplain. And that can be seen right up here at the top with the very steep walls. And that is it. Those were the types of streams, and I hope you learned a little bit more about streams. And thank you so much.